looking in, it looks like Bona got destroyed on the defense stand, okay? However, Diddy's team, in my opinion, just destroyed their own credibility. And I will never look at Brian Steele, Westmoreland, or anybody in that defense again. And this ain't about, oh my God, that was so messed up. It was a sob story. No. Diddy's team is agents of chaos. If you knew the evidence that had gotten admitted before the cross-examination, you would know that Westmoreland crafted a narrative to make Bona, a certified victim, look like a complete liar. She was pulling out. Hey, what's that? She pulled out her thing. She pulled out Trump receipts. She pulled out, did you know this was the bad boy reunion? She stood up in front of that jury and said, is it not true that you lied about Sean Diddy Combs throwing you into a table? She pulled out Trump receipts. She pulled out room service receipts. She pulled out all this stuff. But do you know the one thing she couldn't do? She did all this when she knew that there was about to be evidence admitted proving that what Bona said happened. You guys, Diddy's team, in my opinion, just ruined their whole credibility. And it's odd, even with Westmoreland, what she did to Bona, considering that she is a survivor of SA and everybody on the Birdman team tried to literally tarnish her name. They did the same thing to her that she did to Bona. Y'all, let's get into this, all right? And before y'all say she was exposed as a liar, she was not. Because what Westmoreland did, and she was very effective. If this evidence had not gotten admitted and they're going to show it after the lunch break, if it hadn't gotten admitted, I would think that Bona was a liar too. Hey, what's up, birthday boy? I would think that Bona was a liar too, just like I thought that Mia was a liar. But Miss Westmoreland did all this stuff, sowed doubt, sowed discord, called her a liar, and she knows that there's a text about to be admitted dated September 30th, 2016, where Cassie is yelling at KK, who was named to be co-conspirator, for choking Bona and holding her over the balcony. And this text was dated in 2016, and KK is literally trying to explain it away. Okay, no, don't worry, I'll handle it, all this other stuff. When they know that if you weren't there in the courtroom, you would know in the sidebar, they have been fighting for days to keep it a secret that Diddy tried to settle with Bona for millions via their friend Rob Holiday. That's why Bona stopped being friends with Rob Holiday. This is 3 days after it happened. Diddy tried to settle with with Bona for millions for what happened on that balcony. So let me get this straight. You tried to allegedly settle with her for millions. 3 days after it happened, she has the call log. The defense was fighting to keep it out. And you know how they got it excluded so that the prosecution couldn't bring it up? They said because Bona, there was no criminal charge against Diddy for that. They were trying to stop Bona from making a civil lawsuit against Diddy for holding her over the balcony. That's what they were trying to pay her off, so she wouldn't file a civil lawsuit. Since it was not a criminal lawsuit and we're in criminal court, we can't talk about it. You guys, the law is a dirty game. The law is a dirty game, right? And the fact that people are literally sitting here buying in, Diddy's team should be ashamed of themselves. I get it. They'll do anything to win, but at what cost? It is morally bankrupt. And the fact that they did it when they knew this evidence is about to get admitted, you literally went out of your way to paint her as a liar, conniver, con artist. You had $10 million. Don't you want to see that? When you know there is evidence that it happened, you painted her as a liar. Is it not true that you lied to the jury about Diddy ever holding you over the balcony? When there is settlements, he was offering her millions. That's what they're saying. There was settlements. There was settlements, talks that Diddy was begging her to. There was there was doctor stuff, right? And on top of that, there's a text message that Cassie sent KK from 2016 on September 30th, yelling at her for what Diddy did to her friend. And they got the nerve. Y'all, Diddy's team is morally bankrupt. And that's what I mean about being in court. Sometimes you actually just have to be in court and hear what's read, because a lot of the stuff y'all hearing, the judge is deciding what can be admitted and what cannot be admitted. So A lot of stuff that can be admitted and that the jury can hear, we hear on sidebar, and a lot of stuff that can't, we hear that too. Doesn't mean it's not true. It just means that they can't talk about it because you need relevance to talk about. Again, y'all, Diddy 100% hung me out. There is a text message, right? There is a text message from Cassie saying as much. And the fact that they are out here on Al Gore's internet acting a fool, it is disgusting. Also, yes, I was on ABC Live and I was also on Nightline. The link to watch is in the description box. Make sure y'all do that thing. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Literally, my notes are trying to swim away. Thank y'all so much. Y'all like, yes, I know, but, thank y'all. No problem. Thank you. Listen, also, how did she discredit, right? Isn't it true that on September 25th, 2016, Diddy performed at the Bad Boy reunion tour? She said, okay. Isn't it true on September 26th, 2016, that Cassie and Diddy were in New York? She said, not that I know. I don't know. Now, let me just say, right? But let me just say this, right? They showed zero proof that Diddy was in New York City. And let me just break this down because they're about to, when we come back from lunch, they are about to literally hit them with the wah, 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 wah. Because the proof is that Cassie was yelling at KK in 2016 and it 100% happened. But get this, right? I literally said it's striking how much they can make Bona look like a liar when they know there's text messages to prove it. Miss Westmoreland is an essay survivor. Cash Money tried to do this exact thing to her. And she's talking about, isn't it true that you wanted Diddy's money? Isn't it true that Diddy paid you multiple millions for you to come into this good Northeast courtroom to make Bona look like a liar, to do to you what Cash Money did to do to Bona what Cash Money did to you? Again, it was actually scary. And I realized, I've always known law was a game, but it's actually scary the way a good attorney can make even a truthful person look like a liar. Now, if I was a prosecution, I would have been like, yeah, objection, objection, objection. But the judges ruled there's certain evidence that exists that they can actually bring in and out. Anyway, right? Listen, she said the text proves it, okay? She said Bona was like, the reason I kept hanging around Diddy is one, I was on drugs, and two, I really wanted to be a part of his world. That is an honest answer. Bona is an honest person. She fired her first lawyer because she thought there were discrepancies. She literally called Cassie and said, oh, you got it wrong. Tiffany read and this person wasn't in the room, this and that. Bona has been exceedingly honest. And the fact that they tried to use that against her, listen, this makes Diddy's team, in my opinion, lose all credibility. They are super shady, and it is criminal what they're doing. But that's their job as criminal defense attorneys. It's to plant doubt, but to sit there when you know that there is evidence about them admitted and call this girl a liar. Here's what she said, right? Listen, you cannot debunk text from 2016, September 30th, that said that, right? Frank Black, right? She said, can I show you something? Bona said, go ahead. And Bona the whole time was like, I know what happened to me. I will never forget what happened to me. He hung me over the wall. Who cares if it happened September 24th or if it happened September 30th? Who cares? The point is it happened. Are we really getting down to it couldn't happen because it wasn't that date? Diddy's team is too good, but they are disgusting. And Westmoreland, she's a great attorney, right? But again, some defense attorneys are just morally bankrupt. It is what it is. They're good at what they do. Chops to them. If I'm ever on the stand for murder, I won't want them to represent me. But right now, I think what they're doing is disgusting. First of all, they said Frank Black. Are you not aware? And they put up a Trump hotel receipt. I see what you're doing, Diddy. Trump ain't coming to save you. We better not be. They said, is it not true that Diddy arrived on 9/24 and checked out on 9/29? I said, okay, because they were in LA prior to that. So you could have been throwing her over the balcony on the 22nd or the 23rd. Are we really quibbling about dates? And when I say dates, I mean a matter of days over 20 years ago. I said, are they really trying to act like it didn't happen when they know the text message from 2016 confirms it happened? And Cassie said, that's why I gotta stay away from him. This is why I need to stay away from him, because he is crazy and this can never happen. Get this. Listen, I'd like to draw your attention to the room service charges. First of all, if you know how I know, I've been putting hotels and my name for people all the time and my family. And you're going to have to show me some proof that you were actually there for the entirety of the stay, right? Nunya B said, hold on, what did Nunya B said? Let me read this super chat real quick and then, and get into this. Danielle Miller said, Diddy is controlling and intimidating the witnesses. His legal team is helping him. They are mounting a great legal defense, but it was surreal to see you make Bona out to be a liar and call her liar in the court and have the jury being like, that's right, when you know there's evidence proving it's about to be admitted. Also, Mr. Hill said the judge just said the defense that, the judge that said to the defense that he would bar Diddy from court if he keeps looking at the jurors. Oh yeah, breaking news. The judge said that he is going to bar Diddy from court if he keeps looking at the jurors. Diddy is in this court right now trying to do jury tampering. Also, Azzy Galloway said, I'm still a supporter for over 5 years. Oh, thank you, Azzy. Black Swan said, I'm so proud of you, superb coverage. Thank you, I appreciate that. Listen, we're going to talk about what the judge said too. Everything Sierra said, congratulations, teacher, on your part on ABC Live yesterday. You were great, keeping yourself beautiful, so proud. Oh my God, thank you so much, everything, Sierra. E.L. Summers said, congratulations to ABC, be blessed. More said, oh, thank you, E.L. Summers. And also, Slow Rilla said, saw you on ABC, you did an awesome job, thank you. And Nunya B said, will Brendan Paul take the stand, you think? We don't know yet. We don't know. We do know KK is riding out for her man, Diddy. C. Lorraine, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get back into this. Because I do have to get back into the courtroom because I don't want to miss Jane. I have to get back in the courtroom, but let me just say this. She literally said, in 9:25, there was breakfast. At 9:26, there was a runner's fee. 9:26, there was breakfast. There was also lunch. There was dinner. First of all, Diddy was not in that hotel room all that time, and they were not having a freak off. The Pitbull mom, thank you so much for the super chat. I will say this, even all these charges stopped on the 27th, and then they checked out on the 29th. But let me tell you something, when something stops on, Tanya Rose said, Tisa, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much, Tanya, I appreciate it. But let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you this, even how I know, if I pay for a hotel room from the 5th to the 10th, and I check out on the 6th and it's not refundable, baby, I'm not giving that key back until the 10th. As a matter of fact, you want to call the room and see I'm not there anymore. All the charges stopped after the 27th. So there is, again, Diddy could have thrown Bona over the balcony and then went. We are talking about a number of days. The important part is that these liars, in my opinion, that are on Diddy, well, not even liars, chaotic evil, agents of destruction, right? Mystery Chi 22 said, love you, T. It's a great interview yesterday. Thank you. The thing that just actually gets me is the fact that you guys, no matter what anybody says, there is evidence about to be admitted that proves that Bona was there. Cassie, Diddy, everybody knew that he held Bona over the balcony. And the fact that this girl is a victim and is telling the truth, and she is being re-traumatized by the defense team, and they know they're lying. It's not, they know that there's proof. But their job is to literally F shit up. That's their job. Layla Bullard L, thank you so much for the super chat. I very much agree. I very much thank you. Anyway, you guys, listen. What do we know? Diddy tried to settle with Bona over text 3 days after the incident happened. For the incident that he said never happened. Cassie was yelling at KK over text for the incident they're trying to say that wasn't happening. And they are showing us a stupid Trump hotel receipt. Man, who cares? Patty Fucci said, is it true that Beckham Jr. is in court today? No, he's not. Odell Beckham Jr. is not in court today. Also, C. Lorraine, thank you so much for that super chat. And Lenaxo13, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, Diddy's team is disgusting, and I'm disgusted by what I actually saw and what I actually heard. Diddy's team is 100% disgusting. Westmoreland, Brian, all of them should be ashamed of themselves. Y'all literally painting a woman that's telling the God honest truth that is truthful to the fault, and the prosecution is about to admit evidence on why it's truthful to the part. And let's also not forget the fact that the judge said, allegedly, I'm gonna have to look into that if Diddy keeps looking at the jury, he's gonna kick him out. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I gotta do a little bit more research, but that's what some of y'all are saying. In any case, you guys, I just listen. Who said something? Is something in my hair? Is something in my hair? Thank you. Thank you. Thundercat said something's in your hair, boo. Thank y'all. Thank you. You said left side of your face. Okay, thank y'all. Thanks for looking out. Okay, as long as it's not moving and breathing, we good. Also, Bruce Olsey said, keep up the seller job. Stay out there. Stay safe out there. I will 100% do that. But you guys, this is insane. And to me, Diddy has lost all credibility. What's this for?
It's for you.
Mama, come here. Come say hi. I just got a real life super chat.
I didn't want to do the super chat. No.
Come here.
No,
I'm
in the
but
super
I can't
chat.
take this. Say hi.
Hello, everyone. I just want to give y'all a heads up that she's going to relocate to New York because she's going to get one of those positions at ABC News. I'm speaking in existence. Yes.
This is Shabana. Shabana, would you like to say a few words?
I'm Big Apple Jan on YouTube. I'm Big Apple Jan. This is my second interview with Tisa. No. I will not take it back.
Thank you, Miss Jan. Thank you, Big Apple Jan.
Blessings to you, my love.
See ya. Thank you. I just got a real life super chat, y'all. Gotta make the money. Okay, let me stop playing. Anyway, all right. Okay, she's covering the Watson trial. Anyway, Gina Smith said, great work. You are awesome. Thank you, Miss Jan. All right. Thank you. Also, Yolanda Blocker said a man with his own plane can be anywhere in the world once. You said good job, Tisa. Stay on Diddy's neck. Thank you so much. Listen, at the end of the day, Diddy's team is disgusting what Diddy's doing. I saw it in real time, the way you're trying to make an honest woman look like a liar. You know evidence is about to be admitted. And you know that even the settlement you kept it out of there. But y'all, the law is a dirty game. This is the only way Diddy can win, because he can't win on honesty and he can't win on the facts. Anyway, listen, I got to get back into the courtroom. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.